My guest tonight is a Golden Globe award-winning actress who stars on the hit ABC series Blackish. Please welcome our good friend Tracee Ellis Ross. You look fantastic.
Thank you. Hello. It is so good to see you. I see your hair has grown, even though you've cut it and it's grown again.
It's no matter what I do, it refuses to be quieted during this time. It has.
I don't think your hair should ever be quieted. I think it should scream as loudly as it wants to, Conan.
Yeah, it was very worried about the elections, and it's been it is expressing a lot of inner turmoil right now.
Yeah, but I think somebody's got to.
Someone's got to. Let's talk about you, and then talk much more about me.
Okay.
Congratulations, you were named Fashion Icon of 2020 at the People's Choice Awards on Sunday. Now, I congratulate you. That is also a lot of pressure because you are a fashion icon now.
Listen, it didn't feel like a lot of pressure to me. It felt like it finally validated my shopping habit. And I finally I can put a check. I have to buy this. I'm a fashion icon. Yes. And now I sleep, these are my pajamas, Conan. This is now what I sleep in. No, not true. I actually stole this from my Bo Johnson's wardrobe at work.
Very nice. I take things from wardrobe whenever I can, mostly underwear, and then I put it back.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
It's really bad.
I will return this tomorrow.
Well, you look amazing. You always look amazing. You always go the extra mile. Let me just ask you quickly. I don't even know how an award show works these days. But
Woo!
People's Choice Awards, how do you walk a red carpet? And then usually the times when I've gone to an award show, it's a lot of hugging, handshaking, cheek kisses. What are they doing now?
None of that. So there were only 2 photographers spread out, distance. They had partitions between them. You weren't anywhere in proximity to anybody else. I actually kind of overlapped with a friend of mine, Jamila Jamil, and we automatically, magnetically, started walking towards each other, but then we just moved into the bows. And it was yes, it's so nice to see you. And the air hugging. The only issue with there's a ton of issues with all of this. First of all, it's very surreal to keep doing stuff like that in the middle of this, because it feels like, what are we doing? This is so weird. And then I would, you wear your mask until the last possible moment. Took my mask off, my makeup, my lipstick was up my cheek and up my face. Just everywhere.
You probably look like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, just sort of.
That's exactly right.
A smear.
And up on the nose too. But it feels fun to do safely some of those things. To create some semblance of I really wanted to go because it was such a big deal. But then you standing on that stage and all you hear is the echo of your voice because there's no one there.
Nobody there.
No one. You don't even walk on the stage with somebody else. So it's, it's all good. These are really there's such real things going on in the world that a lovely, joyful, awkward award show is just fine. Cause there's,
I'm really glad that you mentioned the bow because I started out doing the elbow bump, but for years in my monologue, I would give a little bow at the top of the show. And I'm finding that that's the way to go. I see people, and actually you brought up Jamila Jamil. I saw her recently because we both work on podcasts in the same building, and there's hardly anybody there, and everyone's wearing masks, and it's all very safely done. But I saw her in the hallway, and I did a big bow, which is one should bow to you and to Jamila Jamil. You are worthy of a bow. Although sometimes I'm bowing at like a gas station attendant, and it's I don't know this guy. Is this guy?
I feel like bowing is appropriate. I feel like you deserve a bow too, and I feel like a gas station attendant deserves a bow.
Not this one. Not the one I'm talking about.
I understand that.
This guy was up to no good. I don't think he worked at the gas station. He was just wearing the uniform and trying to steal gas caps. So
does not deserve a bow. The elbow bump is honestly too close to me. I'm like, you're still way too close to me.
Right.
So this works, and you can still make eye contact with the only sense that you get to see out of you. Or you just get, I touch my heart a lot. Oh, this is a hug.
Right. One thing I was doing for a while is the elbow bump, but I would lick it first. And that was just, I don't know why I was doing that. I was trying to add a little bit of eroticism to it. and I got a lot of complaints. So that
I think I'm glad you stopped that.
This is why I need friends like you who are fashion icons, but also can tell me when I'm behaving inappropriately. I want to point out something. You are figuring out a way to still be fashionable even during this pandemic. Check this out. I know that you don't need to check it out, but I want my audience to see. This is you matching your mask to your shoes, which is, I mean, I can't match.
That's high level, Conan.
Yeah, that is operating in the upper 99th percentile. Who thinks of that? That's incredible. You're figuring out a way to make the mask a fashion statement.
Let me tell you who thinks of that. A fashion icon.
But you're not a fashion icon. Wait a minute.
No. Oh, she is. Conan, here's the thing. I don't go anywhere. I am one of those people who is terrified of this pandemic and COVID. Right. And so if there were some sort of actual bubble I could be in, I would do it. That was me visiting my products at Ulta because Ulta Beauty carries Pattern, my hair care products. And I wanted to see them because we have a whole bunch of new shelf space. So while I've been home, I have continued shopping, and it's a lot of masks. So I have purchased a beautiful collection of masks that never get used. And that day I got to coordinate.
Nice.
But I just go to work with the mask and then I'm home. I don't go anywhere.
You mentioned you have this hair care line.
Yes. So my hair care line is called Pattern, and it's in stores at Ulta Beauty, and then it's also available online.
I think you might be as hair obsessed as I am. I've been hair obsessed since I was a kid. I wanted my hair to look like Elvis. I wanted it to look like Jack Lord on Hawaii Five-0. I wanted a swoosh and a sweep, and I never grew out of it. I don't know what the problem is. So maybe you have some products. Do you have anything that I could use, or is it no guys allowed?
No, first of all, I don't think hair has a gender, and I agree with you. I feel like hair is a form of expression, and it's one of the ways I know for you, like it's like an extension of your personality. For me too. My favorite thing is when you do this. Yeah. Whenever you do yes, it's one of my favorite things to do. It's one of my favorite things to do.
You know what's interesting? It started out as what I thought that it was my way of attracting a possible female mate, and then it turned out that it was really just a cry for help. So once that was explained to me, I made my peace with it. Because no one was attracted to this. They found it interesting, but I think my wife married me despite the croissant.
I don't know. I bet you if we talked to your wife, she would say that your hair is also, she would say it's the third party in your relationship. But
that's possibly true, yeah.
I do think I have products that would work for you. The styling products, because especially if you like a swoop and a swirl.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what I mean? And you want to get some like height out of that hair.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you that probably our Stronghold gel or one of those would work really well.
I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check it out because I'm always looking for the equivalent of hair Viagra. And it sounds like you have that. It sounds like this gel you have could be really helping me. You know,
I don't know that I've ever called it that, but on that path, I would say that at my hair company, size matters.
Yeah. Well.
So maybe it does go with it.
We have a video of you playing with your hair on, I guess this was on Instagram.
What?
What I love about that is, again, when people learn to have fun with their hair, I mean, you suddenly, I spend hours without an iPhone because I'm just messing around with this thing. And I think I'm better for it.
In order for us to keep each other safe and to possibly move through this pandemic at some point, I think we've all had to really change our habits and sort of what we lean to. And so if giving your hair a swirl and spending 10 minutes playing stupidly with yourself, I think it's worth it.
You should phrase that differently.
Probably.
That brings up a really good point or question for me. Is Blackish? I know that you're continuing to film the show. How does that work? I mean, I know what we have to do, but my job is my job is obviously much simpler. I can speak to this camera in an abandoned theater with socially distanced crew. You're doing scenes with other actors, and it needs to mimic real life. How do you do that?
Well, the writers have had a really tough task, the writers and directors. Mostly this season, we've had 2-person scenes so that we can keep a little bit of a distance. And sometimes, as actors, we push back, me being one of them. I'm like, no, I'm not hugging him. Right. But they're really amenable. That's one of the things that's had to shift for us. We've been working for 2.5 months. Everyone has stayed safe. The crew wears a mask and shield at all times. Us actors wear mask and shield except for when we are shooting. So as soon as they say cut, the mask goes back on. I think there's ways to do these things safely and to still be able to enjoy the benefit of working, which I feel so grateful to be able to do and to do safely. I know that so many people are not able to do that. And I know the damage that is taking on our economy and people's personal lives. And so I don't know. It's been really interesting, but I think one of the things that we've realized is you have to shift the priorities of how we have done our jobs. Right. So safety is number one, whereas it used to be like, how much can you cram into a day?
Right. The other thing is, and this is a suggestion for your writers, they don't have to use it if they don't want to, but they could write it in to the series that you all became welders. Yes. And you're just wearing welders and beekeepers. So that's part of your character now. You're shielded up all the time for your character.
I would love that. I'll be honest. I am one of those people, but we do have Banner, our props master. He wears a welder's shield and he has a mohawk, but we haven't been able to see it all season. He's put a mohawk on his welder's cage that he wears. I don't know. After 2.5 months, we've actually found some of the joy again in a new way. I find it really wonderful to be able to go to work. It's made me so appreciative and grateful for what we are able to do. And I don't know. I don't think the show has suffered, which is a testament to the writers and producers.
Well, I think that sometimes creativity can flourish in times like this. I'm just reminded that when you really put strain and limits sometimes on people, they do beautiful things. So I'm glad that you guys, it's such a funny show. I'm glad you're making more of them. I'm glad you're continuing to do great work. So I'm appreciative for that. And I'm also appreciative that you're even talking to me now that you're a fashion icon, because not many fashion icons want to spend. I'm not getting a lot of phone calls, from
Conan, I don't know why you think that. As soon as they said I was getting the Fashion Icon Award of 2020, I said the first interview I will do and only do is with Conan O'Brien. And if you can't set that up, I'm not doing anything else.
That's right. And you turned down Oprah, and she's mad, but she's used to going. She's used to going second to me. Let's face it. Oprah had to get used to that a long time ago. She
swallowed that pill and said, you know what? I understand. I'll take a step back.
All right. Well, thanks for indulging my delusion. Congratulations once again. You've always been lovely to me, and you're just a very nice person, and I'm glad to see you flourishing and looking amazing. Blackish airs Wednesdays at 9:30 on ABC. Tracee Ellis Ross, be well. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
I can't wait to see you in person, and I will bow. I'll give you the bow. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Conan.